Hello everyone and welcome to LA Live. This is a really special edition tonight. We are here at the Hyatt Regency in Sydney at Darling Harbour and we are hosting LA on the Road, which is our form of an exciting travel show here live at Hyatt Regency, as I said. And I'm really excited today to be joined by some special guests. So we've got Jana, who's the national editor at Escape magazine. Welcome, Jana.
Thank you very much for having me.
And we've also got Sophie Falkiner, who is our brand new Luxury Escapes ambassador. So welcome, Sophie.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here.
Now, this is a fun little episode. It's before we kick off with a whole heap of friends here, customers of Luxury Escapes. But we're just going to have a quick chat about our favourite travel experiences. So let's start with that. Jana, tell us about where you want to go next.
Well, I'm lucky enough to travel a lot, so always the next destination is going to be my favourite, which is Singapore.
Oh, beautiful. What do you like about Singapore?
I've been many times, and I think that sometimes you keep going back to a destination and you feel more and more comfortable, and then you push yourself out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
So we all like to go on holidays. We see the headline acts, you know, the things that all of our friends have spoken about, the things we've read about. But then the more you go to a destination, you're more comfortable to venture out of that kind of comfort zone. So I love revisiting a destination. And so Singapore is my next trip. I'm going to the new Shangri-La Towers that have just been refurbished. And I get to take my mum. And when I asked her if she wanted to come, she said, that is my idea of heaven. She said, absolutely. So we're only going for 4 nights. But it will be super fun, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
The food over there
I
is
know, so good. The hawker market's my favourite.
So much fun. Now that's really interesting because you said your mum's really excited, so that sort of leads me to the family question. Sophie, where have you gone with your family? Where have you had a really, really fun time with the family?
Oh, we've loved Thailand, we've loved Bali, we've loved, Fiji many, many, many times. But if you ask me where I want to go right now, I want to go on a holiday by myself. I want to sit on a beach. I want to
Controversial.
I want to go to the Maldives. I have never been. You guys have got some great new deals coming up in the Maldives with Luxury Escapes, and I have always wanted to go. That crystal clear water, that beautiful white sand, and having some time to myself to read a book cover to cover, heaven.
Fantastic. Now, Jana, you'll know all about this, I think. Now, at Luxury Escapes, we're obviously famous for the world's best holidays, beautiful hotels all over the world.
Yes.
What is your favourite hotel?
Oh, look, there are so many, but one of the hotels that I love, which has become almost my benchmark hotel, is in New York. It's called One Hotel Central Park.
And how good's New York?
So good, so good. Again, another place where you feel like every time you go, you discover something new. But this hotel had so many elements to it that made me feel like it was a hotel for the modern traveller.
Yep.
So one of the things that really annoys me when I travel is those tiny little shampoo bottles that you get and you use half of it and then you leave it there. You use half a soap, you leave it there.
Yep.
I feel like it's just not kind to the environment. And so I know this is not a big deal, but for me it was. They had the pump packs in the shower. Instead of paper and pen, they had a chalkboard. Instead, they had the best bathrobe that I have ever seen in a hotel. It was like a grey hoodie. It was like a fleece.
Quirky touches.
It was instead of slippers, which who's going to wear slippers in a hotel room? There were socks. It was just everything about it felt right to me. The USB ports next to the bed, you know, just the little things.
Wow, they've thought of everything.
Oh, it was the benchmark hotel, absolutely, and it had a vertical garden on the outside, and then a window seat, and I was on, I think, probably the 8th floor, looking out onto Central Park. So
sounds
horrible.
You
were,
Not bad.
It was excellent.
Sounds good. Now, Sophie, you've been doing a bit of travelling lately, and I believe we may have found one of your favourite hotels pretty recently.
Absolutely. For me, I like to really get away from everything. I love to switch off, and I love to sort of leave, you know, all the hectic sort of lifestyle of Sydney behind me, and I love barefoot luxury.
Yeah, right. Good term, that. Barefoot luxury, everyone.
Barefoot luxury has got my name written all over it. I like to go to a room and it feels rustic, but it still feels at home. It's got all the creature comforts. It's got a beautiful big bed with a big thread couch with sheets, a massive tub, close to the water, close to your own little private swim-up sort of pool. And I went to this place recently in the Six Senses, Nim Van Bay in Vietnam, and it has my name written all over it. I definitely want to go back. It's a stunning resort. It's right on an island, beautiful crystal blue water.
Beautiful.
And amazing food, which is
And
very
high
important.
thread count, because that sounds
Very
like it's
high
important.
thread count and very fluffy pillows. I
Good.
was very happy.
How good's a pillow menu? Have you seen those hotels that have the
yes.
pillow menu? And you
It
just
had one.
tick
It
it off,
had
right?
one. And you can also ride around the whole island. So you didn't hear any cars at all.
Oh,
I
that's
just rode
perfect.
bikes and I just loved it.
Fantastic. All right, now one of the big themes, certainly for Australians, I believe we're, as far as travellers go worldwide, we're now the biggest consumers of cruises. And certainly here in Sydney, it's obviously a big cruise port and people having a ball. Jana, tell us about your experience cruising. I understand you've had a pretty special one.
Oh, this year I went on what's called a shakedown cruise, which
Right.
is it's called. It's
I
like
like
tell
it.
the tale.
The shakedown cruise.
it's a pre-maiden voyage
Yep.
or a dress rehearsal, and it was for Silver Muse, which is one of the few privately owned cruise companies.
Beautiful.
And so the chairman and owner of Silver Sea was on the ship with us, and all the other bigwigs from Silver Sea.
Yep.
And so all the guests were travel journalists or people from the travel industry. So already there's that camaraderie.
Wow.
But if you've ever been on a cruise before, you know there's some kind of fairy dust sprinkled when you walk on board, because people like each other automatically.
Yep.
The
Feel
community
good
is
about
there
yourself.
for you. But this was my first small luxury cruise experience, and there were some really special things. So you talk about the pillow menu.
Yeah.
There was a butler in my room, and when we arrived...
Not 24/7.
Did he leave?
No, that was my sister. And Ramel, his name was, and he takes you through all the features of the room. And there was this really cool TV setup, which was, it looked like a mirror, and then suddenly I felt like I was in Iron Man, because then the television appeared in the middle of the mirror. It was very
Wow.
cool.
Sounds special.
But then he came out with a silver tray filled with toiletries. So
Wow.
there was a toiletries menu. So you could say, yes, I'll have the Bulgari that, I'll have the
serious?
Ferragamo that. And it
Sophie and I want
it
to
was
go.
I know, it sounds like a first world problem.
fantastic. So I've
like
done
it.
that luxury end, but I've also done the family end. And look, there is definitely a cruise out there for everybody.
There is something for everybody these days. The cruise lines are expanding very quickly, and the routing options out of Australia these days are bigger than ever before, aren't they?
Absolutely. I think that what happens is, like all holidays, you start out in that sort of comfort zone, and then you start to graduate. You know, I think it's just like our schooling. You start in kindergarten and you end up maybe getting a PhD.
Yeah.
And we do that with our holidays. I think that we start out and we go to Bali, we go to Fiji, we go to Hawaii, and we love it and we have a ball.
Yeah.
And then you just want something extra. And so
Fantastic.
the cruise routes that you can go on, so many of them you can't get to by plane or by car, or they're difficult to get to.
Yep.
So you can go to remote parts of New Zealand, you can go to Antarctica, you
Fantastic.
can go to Alaska. It's an excellent way to travel.
That's wonderful. Now, for all of those of you out there watching us today, feel free to drop in your favourite cruise in the comments section. Certainly, we'd love to hear what your favourite hotel is also. Now, Sophie, I'd love to finish up with you, because you've just had the fairly illustrious experience of helping us with our new television show.
Correct.
So tell us all about it. Where have you been?
Look, I've had the very tough job of travelling around domestically around Australia, whereas Steve, the co-host,
Yep.
is actually still travelling
Shane, the co-host.
Shane,
Yep.
sorry, is still travelling overseas at the moment
Yep.
as we speak, having an amazing time. I had to go to some places which have always been on my bucket. Had to.
Had
It was,
to.
it was
Terrible.
work.
It was
It was
forced.
work.
Pressure.
It was work.
The contract said, please travel wisely.
You
Exactly.
have to go.
That have always been on my bucket list, and one of those places is Walgan Valley. And
Beautiful. Not far from here.
No, just out of the Blue Mountains. And I arrived, I just couldn't believe that a place so beautiful, so picturesque, and almost spiritual is so close to Sydney CBD.
Wonderful.
It was just mind-blowing. There was kangaroos all over the road. There was stars at night. I went horse riding. The rooms were phenomenal. We had our own fireplaces, our own lap pools.
They make you feel pretty good about yourself,
Open
don't
bar policy. I think they lost money on me. But it was just stunning.
Good.
And probably another one that was right up there that I always wanted to travel to was Southern Ocean Lodge
Yeah,
in Kangaroo
beautiful.
Island. And again, it just blew me away. You walk into this place and just the rugged beauty of Kangaroo Island, and getting out there amongst nature and seeing what they have to offer, and the attention to detail, the rooms, the staff, the cellar. It was, I like wine. It was all just so beautiful. And, you know, they're two places which I really think all Australians should go to for a special occasion.
Great. And Jana, just to finish up, what can we look forward to in the next edition of Escape? What are you guys celebrating?
This weekend we are going to Singapore.
Beautiful.
That was just by chance,
Yep.
but I have this great blogger. He's called the Chubby Hubby.
Yep.
Such a good
name. Chubby
and
Hubby, well done.
He's written all the best places to go to, and he said the place that Singaporeans love at the moment, the beloved restaurant, is called Burnt Ends, and the chef is Australian.
Oh, brilliant.
There's only 18 seats.
Big
I
thing
know,
right
it's a
now,
great
isn't it?
thing.
All right, well, this has been fantastic. We're obviously here shooting from a remote location. Typically, we're on the beach back at HQ. We're here in Sydney and we're about to go on the road with about 500 of our friends. They're our customers. So thank you all very much for joining us and have a wonderful evening. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Cheers.